Okay, here at the Blade Show with a lovely young assistant. And by the way, this is Bram Frank.
And this is Chris. The lovely lady is Christian Swan.
I'm just being silly. This is my nature. But I walked by the booth and I was fascinated by the demo here, and he's been kind enough to give us a demo, and he is more kind to tell us about how he invented this mechanism.
Well, this is the puzzle lock. The puzzle lock, if you've ever seen like dovetail joints in wood, it goes in one way and has to go back out the same way. You don't need nails, you don't need glue. Well, that's what this is. A dovetail joint piece goes into the back of the blade, locking it in place, making it a solid piece. So it locks in. The pin here takes away any of the excess movement so that you can actually use it for trapping. What I decided to do for this year, pardon the quick change, is I may improve the lock. It not only goes inside the lock, it goes down the back of the blade. So there's full lockup, just like a regular jigsaw puzzle piece. And even with a single scale, it's designed for trapping. You can use force against the lock.
And I understand that you were the designer for the Spyderco mechanism.
Yes, I designed the gunting, and the compression lock, they told me was too hard. The compression lock is actually this with the top cut off because they told me the puzzle lock was too hard to make. I ended up losing the compression lock. It stayed with Spyderco. My designs went with me, but it's better for me because I ended up patenting my puzzle lock. The puzzle lock does not need this pin. The compression lock compresses against the pin, and it's not how big the pin is, it's how strong these little itty bitty screws are that hold the pin in. On this one, if I take the pin out, the lock still works because the pin has nothing to do with it. The pin is to prevent Mr. Murphy. The lock locks up solid. And let me just grab a real one. So it's designed, if you can see the notch in the back here, on the back of the blade, there's no ball detent. The lock goes into a shallow puzzle piece on the underside of the blade here, and the lock holds it closed, and the lock holds it open. And it's designed for force against the blade. The ramp, which you've seen from my original, is so that it kinetically opens. If I can touch you, it opens. So you can hammer with it, grab with it. So you got control. You can rake with it. It'll open. Now, it's a shooter's piece, meaning it can't come out of your hand, and this is your mag release, would be your decock. It's in your vision, the knife drops. It has a nib that touches your finger. I never take it out of battery. So if I want to close it, I move my fingers, I can hammer. If I release it and it touches my finger, I come right back. I never have to take it out of battery. So it's this, and it's color-coded like firearms. Red is a safe trainer, blue is a working tool, any other color is live. Now this ramp also serves other purposes with the live blade. And if you'll bear with me a second, what I'm going to do here is, this knife is resting. Here, I'll do it right here. Can you see? Well, a regular knife would be flush against the table. This, it rests up. You can actually cut and roll into the blade without hitting the table. Because of the ramp, I can do delicate tip work. If I was going to do sculpture, if I was going to skin something down or dress down an animal. So the ramp gives you access. It also prevents you from sliding onto the blade. In reverse grip, it's the ramp that locks you in, allowing for normal cutting.
Well, if I may, instead of a choil where you would put your index finger in and choke up on the knife, you are doing something similar. You're putting your index finger on the top of the knife.
Right, which keeps me away from the blade. It keeps me away from the cutting edge so that I can control it, whereas other people... Now, that for choking up on the blade, that's why I said to do that, where you'd want to get a tight grip because you want to get in here. I just turned it upside down and the knife can't move, and I can sit here and roll into it. So I don't have to be anywhere near that edge. and I can still cut.
Okay.
The indexing on here, which I own a patent, is so that it goes from forward to reverse grip without taking your hand off the tool.
Okay, terrific.
So that's
All
the
right, Bram.
basic idea of the new knives.
All right, fascinating stuff.
Thank you.
Glad to share it with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leroy.